Hey, today I am sharing with you the tools and supplies you'll need for shipping when you're starting out as a reseller. And some of these things you can get for free, and some of them I've gotten for next to nothing at garage sales. So let's start with the basics. What do you need? When you are reselling, you're going to need some pretty specific items. Some of them you may already have around your house. You don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of new stuff when you're getting started. I know for myself, I didn't buy any new materials or boxes until I had started making some money. I figured it out and found ways to get boxes, clean boxes that I could use, and tape that I could use. And until I started making a profit, only then did I start considering buying items for my business. Well, to start off, you're going to need boxes. And depending on what you're selling, you're going to need to figure out what kind of boxes or what sizes you're going to need. So these are boxes that I got from eBay. Because I have an eBay store, every quarter they give me a certain amount of money to use on their eBay shipping products. Now, I didn't get an eBay store until I started listing a certain number of items. That's a topic for another video. You don't have to have an eBay store. And there are places you can get boxes from family, from friends. Everybody's ordering from Amazon. I do highly recommend making sure that the boxes you get are clean, making sure that they're not like water warped or ones you got from behind the liquor store, ones that are going to be clean and easy to use. And there are lots of places. I know I used to go to Five and Below or the dollar store when they unpack for their shelves and they're stocking their shelves. They have some really great boxes. So those are a few places. If you go in, talk to the manager and say, hey, I see you've got all these boxes here. Do you mind if I take some of these boxes? And another place that I would get them is off freebie sites. Frequently people are moving and some of those boxes might be too big for what you need, but it always is handy to have a few boxes that are big in case you get some bigger items that are going to be reselling. So just let people around you know, hey, I'm going to be selling online. If you ever get any boxes, say this size, then maybe send them my way. Another thing to consider are specialty boxes. I got a whole bunch of comic books, magazines, and that was something that I realized I'm gonna need some specialty boxes. At first, I did not order the special boxes. I used padded, I didn't bring one with me. I would use a padded envelope, like a big one, and I would put cardboard around the comic book to protect it. But as I started making more money, I realized that this is something that's going to keep me from getting defects, because those envelopes were, not as stable as they could have been. I didn't get too many defects, luckily, because I did sandwich them between pieces of cardboard, but it took time. So that's another thing to consider, is like, is it going to take me more time to cut pieces of cardboard from boxes that I have, to create a sleeve, then put it in the blah, 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 right? And so over time, I realized that's really time consuming for me. So I started buying these, and I'm going to link all of the things that I show you. I'll have like a link down in the description that says shipping supplies I use, and you can just click on it and go look. And so I started getting these magazine and book boxes because I had items that, and it's adjustable on the size. I had more and more comic books and magazines selling, so it was worth it to me to make sure that they arrived there in a safe condition. You'll just have to analyze what kinds of things you're selling. Maybe you're selling clothes and you won't need as many boxes, but you'll need poly bags, which are these bags that you would get clothes in, and that might be the direction that you go. Next up is packing materials, and that is like craft paper like this, bubble wrap, or sometimes I have like colored tissue paper, and this is stuff that I save all the time. Every now and then I have to buy new craft paper or new bubble wrap, but I save air pillows, I save the tissue paper from gifts, I just fold it up, I have a tote, I stick it in, and then craft paper, air bubbles, all kinds of things that you get when you're receiving packages or around the holidays, gifts. And then at garage sales, sometimes you'll see, a bag of tissue paper that somebody's selling for $1. I pick that stuff up and I just put it with my packing supplies because it's so cheap when you can get it at a garage sale or from family members. Once again, when you're starting out, just letting people know, hey, if you get any boxes from Amazon or where have you, if there's packing material, bubble wrap, then please set it aside for me and I'll come pick it up. Put it in a garbage bag. I don't care. Clean garbage bag with all the stuff. I'll come sort it out. So same deal. Like this, we got something in the mail that had these little bubble mailers, and I just saved these little bubble pockets and put it with my shipping supplies. I do have to buy rolls of bubble wrap from time to time. Anytime a package comes into this house, I'm scavenging it for the packing material that is, as long as it's clean and looks good, I can set aside to use for my shipping. Next two might be obvious: scissors and a measuring tape, and of course tape back here. I've got my eBay tape back here. Again, got that from using my eBay store coupon. Scissors, you don't need me to explain that. With the measuring, this is going to come in really handy when you're trying to figure out how much shipping you need to charge, because it will adjust based on the measurement of your package. So if you have an 8-pound package that's 4 by 4 by 4, when tiny, it's going to cost a different amount than an 8-pound package that's 14 or 18 inches long. That's going to cost a bit more. So it's really important to know when you're listing your item, what kind of box are you going to put it in? Even if you have to guesstimate a little bit, if you've got an item, say I'm thinking of my Ewok house that I have in there, and it's, a good 14 or so inches, if I were to square it off, it'd probably be about 14 or 16 inches once I put it in a box. So I have to think about, okay, maybe an inch or two beyond that for the packing material. So I'm looking at a pretty big box, right? I'd be looking at an 18 by 18 size box most likely. So I need to consider that when I am listing my item. So having a measuring tape, and that leads me straight into the scale. This scale, as you can see, is a food scale. And before I had this one, I had a Weight Watcher scale. And the only reason I switched from the Weight Watcher scale, which I got at a garage sale, to this one is because the Weight Watcher scale only went up to so many pounds, like 4 or 5 pounds. It didn't go up to enough pounds. And this one, you can switch it from ounces to pounds, and it goes up quite a bit higher. So that's the only reason I switched. And I got this one at a garage sale too. I do have a bigger scale. And the only reason I have that one is a while back I was selling Amazon FBA, where I was sending in big boxes of books and things like that. So I needed a big heavy duty postal scale. I actually just picked up a postal scale at a garage sale like a couple weekends ago. One of these smaller ones like this. Now I'm like, why did I buy it? Maybe I'll give it away. Who knows? So I have this scale that's just a food scale. So you look around, maybe you've got one in your house. Maybe you find one at a garage sale, or somebody's got one. I mean, if you're not on the freebie sites, I find stuff on the freebie sites all the time. So somebody may be doing a kitchen clean out and you see one in there and you're like, hey, I need that scale, and snap it up. Next up are labels. I know there are some resellers who will say that you really should get what do they call it? Thermal printers. And they may be more cost efficient in the long run. But for me right now, I just use the printer I have already. And so I just have a Brother printer. We use it for our homeschool. And then I buy the labels like this, where it's like a half page. And so I can get 2 labels off of each one. And I didn't have to buy a whole new printer. And it's not too expensive, the ink and all of that. The thermal printer may be better. I have it. Obviously, I don't have one. But because it's just like, I already have this, let me use what I've got, that I've gone with that. So if you've got input about thermal printers versus whatever kind of printer I've got, it's a regular printer, I don't know. And so I just use that. And then another thing that I do, which I did not start getting these pre-printed until after I started making some money. I would put thank you notes in all of my packages. And initially I didn't do the pre-printed ones. I just would pick up blank cards or thank you cards when I saw them at garage sales. Frequently people are, like I said, freebie sites, giving them away. They've got all of this stationery and envelopes or blank, whatever. Even a cute index card that's, I don't even know. So just anything just to say, hey, thank you so much for your purchase. And I almost wonder if it's, a little more personal than the ones I get printed out. Or maybe the next time I go to print them out, I leave a space where I can like write a message. But I really believe that it does wonders for getting people to leave feedback. Even just that small touch of a personal note, like thank you so much for your purchase, a fun sticker, I don't know, whatever. So something to put into your package to let the buyer know that you really appreciate them supporting your business. I get these made on Vistaprints, and basically one side has my logo, all of my links, which some are not even, some of them are not accurate anymore. Well, one of them isn't. And then on the back, I have a coupon code. And then I do ask them, upload a picture with your review. And so it doesn't, not everybody does it, but on Etsy, people will upload a picture of the item and how they're using it at home or where they put it. And so it really lends that personal touch to other people that come and see your shop, and they see, oh, hey, people really are enjoying the things they're buying from this person. So whether or not you choose to get these, and again, until you start making money, I would just pick up blank cards at a garage sale or ask family members, hey, you got stationery laying around that you're not using, I could use it. Even if it's like a birthday card, like cut the message part off, or like, I know it's, or make it funny, if it's a birthday, somebody's got a pile of birthday cards that you buy, whether or not this is for your birthday, blah, 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 or put unbirthday on it. Something fun and cute, like just for fun, right? Because who doesn't like getting stuff like that? Another place we're going to talk about where you can get free shipping supplies is the Postal Service. So this is USPS. Let's look at where we get the free shipping supplies from the post office. You're going to come over to the USPS site, select those 3 lines, and go to shop. When you come to shop, select shipping supplies, and then I'm going to filter by free. So free shipping supplies. This is where you're going to find all the different boxes and envelopes that you can order from the USPS, and they'll have it shipped directly to your home. Now, most of these envelopes I've not ordered. The only one of the envelopes that I have ordered is the Priority Mail flat rate envelope. Now let's talk about flat rate. What this means is that their slogan was, if it fits, it ships. So anything you can fit in a flat rate box, no matter how heavy it is, will ship for a flat fee. And that depends on the size of the flat rate envelope or box. It used to be about $9 to ship a flat rate envelope. I'm not sure if that's changed lately because I haven't used one in a little while, but it will be a flat rate price. So this comes into play, like let's say you see this Priority Mail flat rate medium box and you think, hey, this is perfect for the item I've got. I'm going to use this box. If you order this box and you don't print a label that's flat rate, they're going to return it to you. You cannot use this box for Ground Advantage. You cannot use this box for regular priority. You have to make sure that you've got the flat rate postage for the specific box. So unless you are really familiar with that, then I'd be careful with selecting flat rate. Now I know some new sellers, while they're getting their feet under them to learn about shipping, they only do flat rate because then they know exactly how much to charge for their item being shipped. It will be a little more expensive, so it might affect your sales in that way, but if you're trying to learn and you're nervous, then that's something to consider. It will be more expensive, especially for things that are, under a pound or things of that nature, but it is an option to ship things flat rate. So here you see a Priority Mail DVD box. This is a free item that you can get, a pack of 25 of these. But keep in mind that you could also ship the DVD using Media Mail or Ground Advantage and it would be cheaper. But if you're really wanting to ship Priority Mail, then these are some boxes that you can get to ship that item Priority Mail. Here's a Priority Mail shoe box. If you're shipping shoes, then this is perfect because shoes are usually over a pound. They have to be really light to not be. But this is something that if you're shipping shoes or things that might fit in a shoe box that are a little bit heavier, then that's a great box. I've used that that one a number of times. And as you can see, there are a few others. Here's a medium box, this cube shaped box. I've used this one a lot when I ship, sometimes when I ship mugs, if they're a bigger size mug, this is a box that I like to use. I think you get the idea. You can scroll through and see which size and types of boxes you might be able to use for your business. I'm sure there are questions that you've got that I've missed. Make sure you leave those questions in the comments section down below so that I can come address them. Also, if I do a follow-up, I don't want you to miss it. So make sure you've hit the subscribe button and the little bell, because sometimes I'll go live and I can answer some of the questions from the video in the comment section that perhaps I overlooked or didn't think about. So if you've got those questions, leave them down there for me to answer or for other sellers to answer, and hit that notification bell so you are aware and notified when I go live to answer any other questions that might pop up that I missed. I appreciate you watching and so much luck to you. I really know that you can do this and that you're going to be successful. And I can't wait to hear how amazing your reselling business is going. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.